welcome to www.talentfortidy.com. My name is Jared Williams. I'm a home organizer and an authorized independent Tupperware consultant. Wanted to reach out to you today from the Talent for Tidy office because I have a new tip for you, and that is how to prepare an interview portfolio. Now you might be saying, Jared, what are you talking about? Well, in the last couple weeks, I have actually been running into a lot of people who've been having trouble finding work. They're unemployed, they're going on interviews, they're not having a lot of success getting the jobs they want. And I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to share a tip that's been very successful for me and has gotten me a lot of jobs and a lot of promotions and a lot of good pay, and see if maybe I can't help you out there who are also having this problem. So I'm going to get right into it, and here we go. In front of me is my interview portfolio. Now this one deals with sales. The key to this is to give your future employer your work history story in the voice of your past leaders, clients, and peers, and then finally you. Now you might be saying, Jared, why do I need to do this? My future employer is going to call my references. Well, that's true, but a lot of employers don't have time to call references right away. And certainly on your interview, you're going to want to make the best impression possible so that they remember you. This is a great way to do that. The other thing is I don't know about you, but when I go on an interview, I get really nervous. Clammy hands, fast beating heart, I start to freak out, and I sometimes forget things that I want to mention or share with my potential employer. This is going to help you really get organized. It's going to help you answer some of those tough questions that you're going to come across in your interview. Give this a try. I promise you, you're going to have a lot of success with it. So let's get into this one and look at mine. Now I got to give you a little history on this one so that you understand how it all works. In this book, what I was really focused on was sales. I used to work in hotels and hotel sales, and I was leaving that job to go and work in sort of a different industry, but also in sales. And it was important that I showed my future employer that I could do the job, that I could produce the revenue that they wanted, that I could get the numbers that they wanted, that I could impress my clients with a job well done, and that I worked well on a team. So I designed my book in that way. My book opens here with an email that I had received from a past general manager when I had not only sold to my goal, but I had exceeded it and really done a lot of great work for the company through my work selling and increasing revenues. So I've got a great email from him on that, and it shares that story. Now my tip to you here is every time you get a comment like that, every time you're copied in on an email, every time your manager sends something out and says, John, you've done such a great job, John, you've increased this, or John, you made such a great new gear at the gear shop. Anytime that's happening to you, you need to be printing that material out, keeping it, and adding it to your portfolio. You'll be impressed at what a great difference this is going to make in your job hunting skills. So, the pages that follow, more stuff on that, more revenue, it brought up some guest service scores in this particular job. So I really am very proud of this section, and when I go to future employers, I have a lot of material right off the bat to start talking about to them so that I can start impressing them right away. Next, in this section, I figured that my employers would want to hear about how I was received from my clients. So I have client comments here, different things. In this case, I have a client from looks like a golf company who had a conference at the hotel, and they said that I made the difference. They had looked at 3 other properties, but my work made the difference, and that's why we were able to get the contract. You might have a comment like that in your own workplace. After this section, I have peer review. This allows my future employer to say, well, how does Jared work on a team? What's he like with his teammates? Well, here it all is. I have letters from our team. One comment here, Jared is one of our top team players. I'm sure you're getting comments like this too. Be printing all of these things out. If you get a great celebratory email or maybe even a thank you card from a fellow employee that says, hey, thanks for helping me on that project, you need to be keeping that and adding it to your portfolio. You're going to see your employers are going to be really impressed as you're moving forward. These types of items help you get promotions, and these will help you be memorable in the eyes of a future employer. You know, it's a tough competition out there. Employers are looking for a lot more than just a resume and a cover letter today. Finally, after my peer section, I have the things that I created for my employers. For example, here I have a newsletter that I produced. Over here I have a project that I worked on for a hotel. This was a children's project that I worked on. I have some design work I did, as well as some different photography projects that are also in here. Finally, I close out the book with some more common and expected items. These are things like safety certificates that I had received, sexual harassment training, different computer tests that I had taken and scored well on. All of that information is here in this little binder. I will bet you that if you go to an interview and you show up and you show that future employer your organization, and you are able to come and talk to them about your performance in another job with good order and with a lot of great stories, not only told in your voice, but told in the voice and the writing of your managers, your peers, and your customers, I have a feeling that you're going to perform very well, and you're going to be more likely to get the job that you want and the pay that you want. For more tips like this, feel free to visit me often at www.talentfortidy.com. My name is Jared Williams, and it's always my pleasure to have you here at the website. I look forward to seeing you soon, and I hope you have a great day.